Thank you so much for joining me here today, Fabi. It's very exciting to see you back over the board with the American Cup. I know you're preparing for the candidates. Are there some specific things that you think are important for a chess player to do in order to prepare for such an important tournament like the candidates?
Yeah, I think in general, even more important than opening preparation is to get yourself in a good physical condition, good mental condition as well. Physical is a bit easier because that you can kind of work on directly and you see results. So you exercise, you see results. Mental condition is a bit tougher because it also, you have to take into account things like stress, things like, optimism or pessimism. You don't want to get too pessimistic, you don't want to get too overexcited. These are things that are also difficult to control because they're very individual things and they're kind of things that happen organically. Yeah? So they just happen in the moment that you get stressed and you might not even know why. Or you might know why, but you can't do anything about it. But generally speaking, getting into good physical shape will probably help with the mental part as well and the psychological part. And at least you know that you won't be collapsing from tiredness or from, just dealing with the pressure of it all. Or at least that's the main thing, just try not to, because it's going to affect everyone, but trying to make sure you don't, your level doesn't drop so much because of it. And then of course the opening part is the part which everyone focuses on because it's the easiest thing to focus on, right? You can't really ensure that your form will be perfect because you can't control, let's say, all the individual factors that go into playing well or not playing well, but you can make sure that your openings are more or less in good shape. So that's what everyone does. And that's the common, let's say you get a group of guys together and you work on openings for the most part. That's the modern approach. But I think that the difference between players doesn't usually come in the opening. At least if you look at past tournaments, of course, openings play a part. It's good to be well prepared, but I don't think that it's usually the difference maker. Like when I won, I don't think it was because of my openings by any means. I think I was just playing quite well. And when, for example, Jan won, and even 2020, he was playing some very dubious stuff. Against Anish in the first round, he got completely out-prepared, and he still managed to win that game. So, openings are important, but they're not going to be the deciding factor.
You mentioned a lot the importance of opening preparation, of course. Would you mind sharing in general, maybe not for this specific tournament, but what is a good work day in the life of Fabiano Caruana?
Good work day, well, it's free from distractions. That's the main thing because let's say you have normal life, responsibilities. You have to, you have to cook, you have to clean, you have to do finances, you have to take care of personal relationships, and then you find out that there's no time for chess.
Right.
And so the best training day, of course, is where you don't have to do anything. And it's very difficult to get that because you have to have everything else sorted out. You have to make sure that you're not, doing taxes in the middle of a training session, for example, or that you're not in the middle of phone calls and trying to organize things or trying to figure out your schedule. So also during a tournament, it's very important that you're not distracted by other things, which can be quite a challenge. But the ideal training session, what people usually go for, is to find a place where it's kind of away from all the noise and all the busy things that happen in the world. Usually a few people get together. It could be even two, but very often it's 3 or 4. And then you work on chess all day, whatever capacity that is. And then the time that you're not working on chess, you try to get some physical exercise in and some relaxation too. Good food. Yeah, usually people go for relaxing places. So you're not in the middle of New York City or something. You maybe it's by the beach. There's of course going to be different. Everyone has their own preferences, but that's more or less, I think, what people go for.
That sounds like a good one. I hope you've been able to get some trainings in
Thank you.
Both this tournament and the candidates. We're really excited to have 2 American players competing, and we're certainly rooting for you and looking forward to seeing you compete in both this tournament and the candidates. Thanks for joining me.